What's up guys, Zenigami here. We're going to go through the 30 stamina Impel Down fight. This is going to be Impel Down with Mr. 2's Impel Down, Baroque Works. This is going to be a team we're using. The condition for the Impel Down fights, there's actually 3 different ones. 5 stamina has no conditions. Starting with 10 stamina and up to 30 stamina, it takes away 1 of each type. 30 stamina, you're not allowed, well, you can bring, but you have greatly reduced stats for fighters, for slashers, shooters, and impact characters. So what you want to be doing is, ideally, you want to be bringing a brawler team or a fighter team. Now I'm going to be using a double gear 3 team. You can also use like Jinbei or Zeph teams. Both of those go great. Either Jinbei or Zeph, or just Gear 3, because Gear 3 is also a brawler. That's not a Gear 3 team. This is the Gear 3 team I'm going to use. You can see that Golden Pound Usopp is not a shooter. Not a brawler. He is a shooter. So you're going to notice that my hit points is actually blue when I get in, because Usopp has greatly reduced stats. When I say greatly reduced, I mean greatly reduced. You can see his attack is a whole whopping 89, so you get 10% of your attack, and then that extra bit of damage is from my Going Merry, and then it's reduced in half because of the orb. So you get, if you were using a regular slasher team, you have 1/10 the amount of health and attack and recovery that you would normally have. So good luck with anything besides brawlers. Just bring brawlers, and I would still recommend Golden Pound Usopp, because Golden Pound Usopp is always such a nice staple to have. Now the secret stage for this island is going to be Mr. 3, the Baroque Works Mr. 3, or the Escape Prisoner Mr. 3. When you get the secret stage, it will be Mr. 3, Mr. 2, Mr. 3, Mr. 2, and 3 guys in the back of them. So you can take down all those guys. It's not that difficult of a secret stage. You have to be a little bit careful, and they do have attack and debuff stuff up, so you gotta be a little careful with, you have attack and damage defense up. So if you get the secret stage, that might be where you want to use your Golden Pound Usopp. But the characters in the back of the stages, like the back of the boss stage and the back of the secret stage, don't have that much health. So if you use specials like Gear 3 special, Sengoku special, Rayleigh special, or something like that, you should be able to take care of those guys. The guys sitting up in the backside, all the fodder units, they should drop pretty easily. I don't want to take that hit. There's no reason to take that hit. I just messed up my attack. If you bring Golden Pound Usopp, just always start out with him. There's no reason not to. Nice and easy. And since I have it, I might as well just wait the turn. 1, 2, 3. Now you can always also use Rayleigh team. A double Rayleigh team will work out fine. Mr. 3 Rayleigh, Jinbei Rayleigh something. You can mix up. Well, you can mix and match any of your captains depending on what captains you have. If you're trying to go for a free-to-play team, which I don't actually have access to because I don't have a Zeph of my own on my Japan account. But a Zeph Jinbei team is probably your best shot at a free-to-play team. But I don't have a Zeph because I haven't gotten him to drop yet, and I gave up on that. So just use a Zeph team if you have to, or if you have access to a better captain like Jinbei, which is just a Zeph captain but better, or Rayleigh or Gear 3. You can use one of them instead. All very good choices for the island. Auto-targeting chooses a pig over this guy because auto-targeting is a dum-dum. Thanks, auto-targeting. Thanks, Obama. And I'm gonna hit that last one later. So there's also the skill books. The 2 most important skill books you get out of this island are X-Drake and Jozu's skill books. Jozu's skill book is probably the most important skill book you get from this island, because Jozu is gonna be used very nicely for anyone who's trying to farm for Doflamingo. Doflamingo, having a Jozu against Doflamingo makes Doflamingo's fight incredibly easier. versus not having Jozu, because Jozu completely negates the damage from one of Dofi's attacks. So Dofi on his, I believe it's turn 4, I can't remember which turn it is, or turn 3, I think it might be turn 3. Turn 3 or turn 4, Dofi does a really large damaging attack. And if you have Jozu, you can completely negate that attack and you can live a lot longer. So having a really leveled up Jozu is quite important to beating Dofi consistently. Besides that, Mr. 3, his captain ability is reduce incoming damage by 10%. Mr. 3's special is heal for a little bit and stall for 1 turn. So it's just like his Int Slasher one. This Mr. 3 is a Psy Slasher. It's just like his Int Slasher one where he stalls for 1 turn, but he does heal you for a little bit. For most Psy-based teams, you probably just want to use... Oops. Missed my attack there. Oh man, missed all my attacks there, so this turn's a wash. The reason I'm bringing Golden Pound Usopp is because when you first meet Bon Clay, or Bentham, depending on what you want to call him, he'll put up a 3-turn attack and defense buff. Just like whenever you see a secret stage, they'll have the same buff on the secret stage, a 3-turn attack and defense buff. All these guys around the outside don't have that much health, so a good Gear 3 Rayleigh or Sengoku special will kill all of them. But I am not stalling enough to get any of those up, because I don't really need to, so I'm just gonna kill them the manual way. If you guys are doing the 15 stamina quest, the quest for the 15 stamina version is deal as much damage as possible on the boss stage. In 1 turn, deal as much damage as possible. The thresholds are, you have to deal 65,000 damage for level 1, which is incredibly easy. If you beat the 15 stamina, chances are you probably just accidentally got the stage 1 reward, which is a Elder Turtle. Stage 2, which is a Cotton Candy, which always goes Elder Turtle, Cotton Candy to 3 gems for all 3 stages. Stage 2 is 650,000 damage per turn, and you can always check the quest by going here. You see, this is the only quest you have, so that is it. Click on this and you'll see the stage 1 is 65,000 damage for level 1, 650,000 damage for level 2, and 2 million damage in 1 turn for level 3. And that gets you 3 gems. This does not count specials, so don't use specials. The hardest part, honestly, is just having your Bon Clay live until you deal all 3 attacks. So you want to bring characters like a couple penguins or something like that, so that way, or a couple turtles, so that way you can do weak attacks and then land on a really, really heavy blast attack. It's always really important to try to have some really weak attacks. Or since we do have reduced damage from these 2 types, you can bring characters of those 2 types. You get greatly reduced attacks with them anyway, so they're weak as nothing. You can bring those 2 and you can be fine. That's mostly it. Oh, Mr. 2's captain and special is Mr. 2's captain is 2 times attack for all brawlers. So if you get Mr. 2, the prisoner Mr. 2, you can always just use him as your captain for his own island. Quite a good idea. He's your 2 times attack, 2 times brawler attack. And his special is change all orbs. Well, change his orb to Dex, because he's a Dex brawler. He changes his own orb to Dex, then randomizes all orbs and gives your brawlers 1.25 times attack for 2 turns. So like a mini Robin, a very small Robin, an orb shuffle like Vivi, and changes his own orb to Dex. Farm it, try to get the specials for Mr. 2, not that important. Special for Mr. 3, kinda nice, because he is 1 turn stall, just like the other Mr. 3. But the Jozu books, man. If you guys have Jozu, really, really want to try to get those Jozus. Also want to bring some strength characters or some int characters, because when you hit Mr. 3, he's a Psy character, and when you hit Mr. 2, he is a Dex character. So strength characters are nice, int characters are nice to bring to the island. Anyways, I've been Zenigami, good luck farming it, and y'all stay beautiful.